Salvete discipuli. Hello, 7th graders. And welcome to our Latin textbook. We finally have access to the online textbook. It's very exciting. By the time this video goes up, I should hopefully also have a video walking you through the online textbook and some of the resources available for you there. So keep an eye out for that. It should be posted around the same time this video is. I'm working on it right now. And again, also hopefully by this point I will have at least started the process of getting you guys your codes so that you have access to this. Everyone should have access by the end of this week. So quick update on that front. So for this week, we're gonna jump right into stage 1 of the Cambridge Latin course. I'm so excited I got access to this before I had to make this video, because otherwise I would have just been having to, hold up this textbook for you, which would not have been ideal. I am probably gonna do this in 2 parts, just because stage 1, the part of stage 1 that we're going to be going through has kind of a lot for this week. So we're going to take a look at that now. So this is the web book. So you'll have access to the entire textbook online, which is fabulous. And this is what it will look like. You go to stage 1. You should be able to navigate in the actual Cambridge Elevate. You can pick which stage we're on. So for stage 1, we just go to the bottom here. We'll click next page. And this is the beginning of our stage 1 for our textbook. So you guys have been studying some of your vocabulary, and this is kind of where we're going to be going through our model sentences. I'm going to move myself over here where I'm hopefully mostly out of the way. I think I can minimize my face too. There we go. That works. Okay, so we're going to do some practice sentences so we can see some of our vocabulary in context. Yeah, that's what we're doing for this week. Now, I believe I mentioned in your Zoom classes last week, but just a reminder, in Latin, when we are looking at written Latin, everything's going to be in lowercase. That's just kind of how they do things. The only time you will see an uppercase capital letter is at the beginning of a name, either the name of a person or the name of a place. Basically, proper nouns will have a capital letter. Other than that, it's going to be all lowercase. So if you see a word that has a capital letter, it's safe to assume that that is a name. So that's kind of what we're going to be seeing, especially here at the beginning. So I'm going to read through each of these sentences. I'm going to say the Latin out loud. I'm going to pause, or you can pause your video, and I would like you to practice saying Latin out loud with me. And then we'll kind of walk through a couple of these words, a couple of these example sentences and how they're translated, and then your assignment for this week is going to be translating the rest of them. So I'll go through the first few with you, and then I'm going to expect you guys to have the rest done on your own. I'll have them on a assignment sheet on Google Classroom. So our first, we have Familia is the title of this story. I don't think familia was one of our vocabulary words, but hopefully it looks pretty familiar. This is where we get the word family from, and it means family. So this is going to be some words about a family that we are going to be following throughout the course of this textbook. So first we have Caecilius est pater. Caecilius est pater. Again, pause it after I say the sentence, practice saying it yourself, and then we're going to translate. So as I said, this is a capital letter here, so Caecilius is a name. This is the name of this lovely gentleman here. Est, we learned in our vocabulary, is our verb is, and pater was also in our vocabulary. It's our Latin word for father. So how we translate this is Caecilius is the father. Now another quick note, Latin does not have separate words for articles like a, an, or the. So when we're translating into English, we have to supply those. The word the is sort of included in Latin nouns. So when we're translating in English, we want to make sure that we add that word in to make the English sound nice. So we don't want to say Caecilius is father. It sounds a bit cavemanish. So we want to make sure we make our English sound nice. So Caecilius est pater. Caecilius is the father. Number 2, Metella est mater. Metella est mater. And again, we've seen these vocabulary words. We have a capital here for our name. Metella is the mother. Number 3, Quintus est filius. Quintus est filius. Quintus is the son. Number 4, Lucia est filia. Lucia est filia. Now, remember that our C's in Latin are always hard, so you might want to pronounce this as Lucia or Lucia. That's more Italian. In Latin, this is going to be Lucia. Lucia is the daughter. Number 5, Clemens est servus. Clemens est servus. Clemens is the slave. Number 6, Grumio est coquus. Grumio est coquus. Grumio is the cook. And then number 7, Cerberus est canis. Cerberus est canis. And again, we have that C where in English we would say Cerberus, and yes, he is named after the three-headed dog that guards the underworld in Roman and Greek mythology. But in Latin, we do pronounce that C as Cerberus. Now, when you're translating into English, you can say Cerberus. So Cerberus is the dog, or you can say Cerberus is a dog. Okay? So that's how we translate these. These are very simple sentences, right? Someone is something is kind of how we're going. We're going to see a little bit more variety on the next page. So for the next few words, example sentences, the rest of these, I'm just going to read the Latin out loud to you so you can practice hearing the Latin, and I want you to repeat after me. And I'm going to actually do this in the second part of the video. And then I'm not going to translate these ones for you. I'm going to ask that you attempt to translate them yourself. Now, to help you with this, I have provided you a list with some bonus vocabulary. This is vocabulary that's not a part of the main vocabulary that I'm necessarily asking you to study to know for things like vocab quizzes. But this is vocabulary that you are going to see and that will help you with translating these. Now, there are lovely pictures to help with this. So the chapters will always start this way, where these model sentences have some pictures to kind of help you figure out context clues as to what's going on in the sentences. So see if you can translate the sentences based on the pictures first. And then if you need some extra help, there is an extra glossary. It is on the next page of the textbook. So if you're on the online textbook, the next page has the extra vocabulary that you need. But I have also on Google Classroom put these on a Google Doc for you, so if you want to have that open. So I'm going to stop this part 1 video here. And then in part 2, I'm going to read through the rest of these sentences for you. So you can practice listening and saying them out loud, and then you'll translate them on your own. All right, walete, and I'll see you in part 2.